just know you're not by yourself. You're not the only person that's trying to figure this out, you know? Hey y'all, so welcome back to my channel. Thank you for pressing play. This video, I think maybe the rain triggered it. I kind of told myself when I went into making a channel, I'm gonna just let my heart lead the way. I just wanna go with what my heart feels on the day that I can record. And today, I wanna talk about 5 ways that I cope with my mental health, specifically depression, because today has been a day that I am struggling a little bit with it. And it is raining. That might be part of what triggered it a little bit, but actually this last week has just been actually a little tough. So anyway, I'll go right into it. Breathe. I have to remind myself that sometimes I don't want to cry. I wanted to make this because usually I call my brother to talk about my mental health, and he's always there for me, but today I just didn't want to do that. I've never been like really the type to call other people to talk about my problems. I've always been the one that I'm there for everybody. I'm the person they can talk to. I'm the person that's strong for everybody. So being that I've always been that person, I feel like me being weak, I can't do that. I can't show that. I can't let people know when I'm really weak, because I'm supposed to be strong for them. And what if they're going through something? We all are going through something, you know? So for me, today, I did not want to do that. I didn't want to talk to anybody. Okay, so my thought process with making this video, I was kind of going back and forth with, okay, this is probably not a good time to talk to people about how to cope with mental health. And I'm not seeming like I'm coping that well with it. But then I thought, well, maybe there's not a better time to talk about coping with mental health than me actually just coming on here raw when I'm trying to deal with my mental health to talk about it. Somebody that will be watching a video like this is somebody that is probably feeling how I feel right now. So anyway, the first thing that I do, I try to remember to do that does help me, is just breathe. At the end of the day, we only can control what we can control. And what I have found is a lot of the things that I feel overwhelmed or just really emotional about are not even things in my control, you know? And I feel like that's probably the same for a lot of us. So sometimes, so you can just take that in as the reality, you just need to breathe. Breathe so you don't feel so overwhelmed with all of these thoughts out of your control. And because I don't talk about any of the things I go through, that's why I'm so emotional right now. I don't think about them. I try not to, so I don't get the chance to get emotional like this. But just breathe. If you are going through it, or have moments like I do where you are, just know you're not by yourself. You're not the only person that's trying to figure this out, you know? And if you're a mama and you're like me, where all you want to be is happy in front of your baby, I also don't allow myself to get like this around my son, because he's a child. He shouldn't have to deal with mommy being sad, you know? He should see happy and joy, because that energy transfers, I believe. And I want him to always feel joy. He's a child, you know? So anyway, here I am talking to whoever's watching, I'm sure a lot of strangers, about something that I have not even talked to myself about. Please don't judge me. I'm human. I'm just dealing with a lot of things mentally. And honestly, my son is the one thing that really gives me that reason, that he's that thing that tells me, you got a reason you're here. Look at me, mama. And it honestly gives me so much joy. The rest of my life almost right now is just not. Honestly, that is what made me finally stop BSing and procrastinating about making my YouTube channel, because I've wanted to do this for so long. It's been something I knew I could be passionate about and love doing. And I got sick of like everything around me making me sad. And I was like, I gotta dig deep and do something that's in my control to break this cycle. So that's where YouTube came in, and this makes me so happy to be able to do this. So anyway, like I said, the first thing is breathe. Breathe out the sad thoughts for a second. You're feeling something that's very real for you, and you don't have to feel bad for feeling that way, but we all are just trying to cope with life the best that we can. I know I am. So anyway, if you're looking at this video and you feel a little down or depressed or overwhelmed, just breathe. Okay. The second thing that I do that I don't do that often, like I said, like me about to break down on this camera, is because I don't cry a lot. I don't think about really what I'm dealing with. You know, I just try to keep it going, keep it moving, live my life, focus on my son, the things that, you know, I feel like give me joy, so that I don't got to deal with my real emotions that I'm feeling sometimes. But really what does help when I do this, it helps, you know, having that good old-fashioned ugly cry. Just crying it out, releasing some of the overwhelmingness you feel, releasing some of the hurt maybe you feel, or whatever kind of is triggering you to feel how you feel. Sometimes you just gotta cry. Get in the shower and cry. Just get a good cry out. That's honestly something I feel like lately I have not been doing or letting myself do, because sometimes you're like, I just don't want to feel sad. I don't want to cry. I want to turn something on TV to get my mind off of this. I want to go play with my kid because that's joy and I don't have to think about this. All of those things definitely are great, but you got to get into those emotions and cry sometimes. And so I'm here to tell you it's okay to cry sometimes. And when you do, it will make you feel better. And it does make me feel better when I do. And when I turn this camera off, trust me, I'm probably going to get that out. And this is actually helping me just talking about all this, because I don't talk about really my own personal mental health. I don't deal with it. So the third thing that I'm advising is you thinking about what is going to give me joy that nobody else can control but me. None of these are in any particular order, of course, but the third thing would be write down some of the goals that you have, you know, the things that are in your control to do, to give yourself purpose and give yourself something you love to look forward to. That will help you as well. If you just little by little try to start reaching your goals. Baby steps towards your goals. Sometimes we think about like the big picture and how far away we are from that like it stops us from doing the small steps in the beginning to get to that goal because we're overwhelmed. But those steps, you keep on going, that's how you get there. That's how you get to the big picture you see for yourself. You're never gonna get there if you don't start. You gotta start somewhere, you know? So anyway, that's the third thing that I feel like would be helpful for your mental health and getting you on the right track. That works for me. And I'm in no way, shape, or form a counselor or have no formal training. Again, I'm just giving what works for me as a human being that's just going through it like you are. I'm just giving you tips on the things that work for me, and hopefully maybe they could help somebody else that's watching this as well. So the fourth thing that I would suggest, get off of social media. And I mean, now that I'm on YouTube, I'm not going to necessarily get rid of that app. I'm not going to delete that probably no time soon. Right now, I feel like that is actually giving me good energy. So I keep that. But what has helped me, I'll just deactivate Facebook, deactivate just all the other social media apps that I have, because sometimes we need to reconnect with ourselves. Like, forget what everybody else in the world is doing. and reconnect with you. And that helps me. I mean, I just reactivated Facebook actually today. I had deactivated for a while, and I do that all the time because some stuff I don't want to see anyway. The thing is, sometimes you need to unplug from the rest of the world so you can reconnect with you. And that's what it's done for me. Now, I'm not saying everybody that will help everybody. I'm just going over some things that work for me. So I know if these things help me to have better cope with my mental health, then maybe there is somebody else out there that they can help, you know. And even in real life, like just disconnecting from human beings. A lot of times social media is the main way that we are connected with other humans, but in general, disconnect from everybody for just even if it's a day or two, whatever that is not building on you having healthy mental health in that moment. I think it'll help. Just focusing on you and connecting with you. Putting you first, especially as moms. I mean, we can't pour from an empty glass. It's hard. You got to deal with your emotions at some point. So instead of just really trying to be there for everybody else, sometimes just be there for you. Show up for you, because you got to be there for yourself. At the end of the day, what I'm learning in life is you cannot depend on anybody else to really show up for you when you need them mentally. The minute that you have an expectation on somebody else to do something, that's when you will start feeling disappointed and depressed, because even though you've been there for them, for everybody else, you sometimes find that, wow, I'm by myself. So number 5 is basically just knowing that if you can't change something right now that's in your life, change the way you look at it. Look at it in a way that does bring value to your mental health, that does make you feel good about the situation, even if the only thing about it that you can think about is that it's temporary, and that's a good thing. So I hope that at least one of the 5 things that I've discussed that helped me can help one of y'all. I got on here to talk about this today because I was having one of my moments. And just because I hit stop on recording this video does not mean that all of a sudden my energy is just gonna be in this happy, bubbly place again, because that's just not reality. We gotta just find the good moments. We gotta find the good in the moments that we have to deal with. If you took the time to watch my video, you took time out of your life and shared it with me. And I don't take that for granted. Thank you. I'm at the beginning of my YouTube journey, and I want this to be a long journey, and I'm happy and feel blessed if you're willing to share this journey with me. Thank you. So have a great rest of your day or night or just whatever part of the day is. Hope you find some joy in it. And thank you again. Till next time, bye.